Good afternoon from Little Creek Bee Ranch. This is quite a unique video we're making. I hope you can see it. We'll do the best that we can. What you're looking at is the Apivox Auditor filmed outside live on a hive. So what we're going to do, we've already tied the Samsung Galaxy E tablet to the Bluetooth device that I hold right here. It's just a simple Bluetooth earpiece. And then the Apivox mic selection is on Bluetooth, so I'm going to blow on the end of the mic to test it. It's called a blow test. Let the red settle. There's the blow test. I blew on the mic, so it's good. I'm going to slip it in the entrance of the porch. I'll move you and I'll show you where I'm going to put it. Let me slide the camera. Oh, it's just about a ½ inch in there. It's barely in there. Zoom in so you can see. It's just, whoops, just barely sitting in there. If the bees really wanted to, they can rally up and push it out. It's pretty light, so I have to pay attention to the position. We don't want it way far in, okay? Now what we're doing is listening to the bees. So go back over here in the shade. We had to set up a big tent for shade. Oh, cool. So what am I seeing? Right here is 300 hertz. Get a little bit of wind. They're out working and they're excited. Across the horizontal axis, so you probably can't see the numbers, starts at 50 hertz and goes all the way to 550. And of course right now the neighbor decides to pull out his big tractor. Let's see, ought to be okay. Anyway, 50 hertz to 550 hertz, and every diopsis and every number, they have a definition or a meaning. You can have several different things going on inside the colony all at one time. This is the Apivox Auditor. The current temperature and date and time is right here. January 8th, 2018. Temperature is 46 degrees Fahrenheit times 2 p.m. Central Standard. Winds 6 from the north. That gives you some stats. But I just had to come out and film. It was a nice sunny day. So what do I want to know? Let's do a general condition test. It's a time test. If you can, let's see. Yeah. Okay, so I have a dial here and a dial here that gives me some selections or choices. This choice is 1, 5, or 10 quantity of sound samples. 1 sound sample, 5 sound samples, 10 sound samples. On this left dial is seconds. How long do I want that sound test to last? 15 seconds, 30 seconds, or 60 seconds? What I'd like to do is 5. There's a red dot on there. You can roll it to where you want it, red dot. 5 samples, each at 15 seconds. I'm going to push start, and it's going to give me a 5-second countdown, and it's going to run 5 different diagnostic tests. There we go. A pause. Here comes doing the first measurement. Of course, you can't be standing around and laughing and joking and hollering. You're doing a sound test. The bottom mic tray board is slid in the bottom board. The wind isn't bad. 6 miles an hour is all right. You wouldn't want your neighbor racing his engine just right next door, you know. Apivox is very sensitive. You've got 4 different mic selections. There's the second measurement. We're doing 5 measurements. four different mic selections: internal mic, cable mic with a yo-yo mic, or a hard yo-yo mic, or Bluetooth. I like the Bluetooth because we're cordless. It offers me some movement. So what are we doing here? What we want to know is, what are the girls talking about? What are they focused on? How are they doing inside? I don't have to open the hive to do this. That's what's so wonderful about the Apivox. We still do our internal inspections when the weather's proper. It's too cold to open now, but I can still find out what's going on. Here's the third test. When it finishes the fifth test, it's going to give me a bell, usually a bell. Sometimes in the Bluetooth mode, it doesn't give me an audible finish. In the internal mic mode, it will. Just like taking your car to the dealership for diagnostics testing. In a few minutes, the mechanic will know everything he needs to know about the car. This is exactly what we're doing with bees, but it's acoustic beekeeping. Apivox has 6 different modes, multiple functions, just like a Swiss Army knife has multiple functions. This is just one. Okay, here comes the last test. That wasn't Apivox. That was the tablet. Here we go. Okay. So now it's finished its test and it gives us some verbiage down here. I don't know if you can see. It says practically no ventilation, low activity of bee colony, large amount of young bees are out of work, intensive mobilization process excitement, which makes sense because they're out foraging. When I'm looking at this, I see a high 200 diapason. Well, that speaks of passive bees, which makes sense because there's not a lot of nectar. There's nothing going on, just sugar water that I'm giving them. And this is a dark green, so it's a white, light blue, and a dark blue or a dark green excitement and mobilization. So they are excited. They're out foraging. See if I can zoom in for you. If you can see that, that's what it looks like. And it gives us explanations or verbiage down here. This is very simple. It's a wonderful design. The Apivox is divided into 3 parts. Let me pull it back out. The top part is your screen. This is your explanation box, and then your then your control panel. Your control panel is down here. Okay, so that was a general condition test. Now let's see. Let's do this. I need to take a photo, but I didn't. Let's do this. Let's just reset it. I'm going to clear it. Okay, so I cleared the reading. Then I'm going to press and hold on photo. Hold the button. And now what happens is I have a prefix identifier come up to tag a picture. So we're in the North Apiary on, let's go here. I'm going to delete all this. North Apiary Hive 5. Or Hive, yeah, 4. Sorry, Hive 4. North Apiary. So it's it'd be row 1, hive 4. I could even do this. I could come back here to the beginning, and I could say 46 degrees Fahrenheit, 6 mph wind. See that? Now, by doing that, I have a prefix identifier with the temperature, the wind, North Apiary, row 1, hive 4, and it will automatically, when I take a picture, automatically give me a year, month, day, hour, second. Boom. So all I have to do is tap the photo button. You don't hear it, it just automatically takes a picture. Yeah. Okay, so let's do a short one. This page you're looking at is called continuous monitoring page. Let's roll the quantity sample to 1 by 15. It's a quick one, 1 by 15. Push start. Again, it's linked to the Bluetooth device that slipped on the porch. This is so awesome. I love this. The technology is now here to be able to do this. Just one measurement. All right, one measurement, no ventilation. Now the bottom board is slid in, all right? It's interpreting the readings, it's correlating and comparing the readings. Very limited ventilation, low activity of the bees, large amount of young bees out of work, intensive mobilization process, excitement. And that's true. A lot of the colonies are excited today. It's sunny out and they're drinking down sugar water, so they're excited. Let's take a picture. I'm just going to tap photo. I took a picture. I'm going to clear it. Now, I'm going to reset. Down here, at the bottom, let's go this way. And I'm going to come back out. Whoops, wrong way, sorry. At the bottom, I have 4 buttons: swarm control mode, readiness control, queen readiness control, acceptance control, and new apidictor. Now the swarm mode is just what it says. It's talking about passive bees building up in the middle of the afternoon for potential swarming. Queen readiness: before you put a queen in, are the bees prepared to receive a queen? Acceptance is post or after you put the queen in, are they accepting her? Very cool diagnostics here. Let's tap on the swarm control mode. And what you see is some dials come up. The right dial is primary, left dial supported. So what I'm looking at is trend force and then mood trend. In other words, this dial is primary. It's red, which I expect it to be red because the bees, they're not out in force foraging. It does not mean that they're going to swarm today. That's not what that means. That's simply reading the amount of passive bees that are inside. Passive bees. Big field girls that should be out that aren't. They don't have a reason to be out. There's no nectar moving. So I'm going to take a photo of that. All right. I can also do this. Watch my finger. I'm going to swipe the screen and it turns my dials horizontal. Whoops. Turns my dials for old eyes like mine who need to see, can't see so well. Or I can tap it and it takes it back. It just gets better and better, man. Okay, so let's come out of swarm control mode. Let's go to queen readiness, and what I want to know here, whoops. Can't see myself. There it is. The buttons, when they're turned off, are white. When you turn them on, touch them and turn them on, they turn blue, okay? So what I'm looking at here is the attitude of the girls towards their queen. It's red. I'm looking at this dial here. There's an explanation box. This is mood trend and trend force. There's an explanation box right here, an instruction box. It's self-explanatory. You can read it. If you aren't sure, just stand there and read to yourself. It's very self-explanatory. Very cool. Okay, I don't like what I'm seeing. The left indicator shows a trend of correlation between the normal condition of the family and the feeling of queenness. Green zone, queenlessness is not felt by the family. Red zone, family feels queenless. Something's happening inside. I don't like that. So I'm going to take a picture. Okay, there's one picture. Now, still I can tap it. And now it gives me a horizontal screen. And I know you probably can't see it. There's a really thin red line that goes horizontally across here. And then there's a green dot. See that dot? I don't know if you can see it. That dot plots a timeline across the screen. So the top half, it jumps around up and down. It slowly plots it. The top half is red, the bottom half is white. Let's see if we'll read it. You can see a graph. Data is monitored on a time axis, the value ratio between normal state of the family and the state of the feeling queen. That's a graph. Windows, dimensions of an hour and a half long. You don't have to run it that long, but it offers an hour and a half long. Values below 0 or white indicate a lack of queenless sensation. Values above the red line show presence signal, which means feeling queenless in the family. And we're plotting high red. Ooh, I have a queen issue. I didn't even pre-do this. You're seeing this just like I am. I have no idea what's going on with the colonies until I test them. Very cool. So I'll take a picture of that. Now I'm concerned. Something's going on. Very accurate. I'll have to open up on another nice day. Can swipe it. Takes me back to the original screen. I can turn it off. I won't do acceptance. I'm not interested in that right now, but I am interested in the Warble Dial. Now there's two functions here, a hiss graph for bumping and thumping the hive. I won't do that. That's springtime swarm stuff. But this is related to egg laying population. And that's red. That's not good. That's not good. Photo. Okay, so when the queen is really laying good, the nurse bees aren't stressed, but when she decreases her egg population, the nurse bees begin a clicking. Eddie Woods called it a warble. He recorded this. It sounds more like a zapping, a battery zap. That's what it kind of sounds like. The Apivox is so sensitive, it's able to pick that up. It's able to pick that up. So what I'm looking for is the needle to be in the green, which is a good thing. It means the queen is laying. But it will also correlate with queen readiness, that they will feel good about their queen. She's laying well. But this is right off red. You saw it go right to red, so it concerns me. And if I wasn't sure about taking a picture, I can take a second picture. Okay, let's do this. On the general condition test, I noticed a high 250 hertz, which speaks of queenlessness. That's off. Let's do 30-second sound sample, but we're going to do one of them. Just one. If you can see it, turn it down. I'm doing one 30-second sound sample. This is called general condition monitoring. Starting, gives me a 5-second delay. Oh my gosh. Man, we do Apivox field classes, $200 a student from 9 to 3 in the afternoon on good days, limit 3 students per class. You actually see me go through this and do this. It's a great investment in your education because you actually get to see the beekeeper flop around and solve problems. Take his readings and take notes. This is the only one we're testing today for video purposes. The bottom board is a screen bottom board. It's got the mic tray slid in. The bottom tray has to be slid in. We don't want any wind in the bottom. See this? See this high spike right here? That's 250. Oops, I turned it. Turn it back. That speaks of a queen issue. A high probability of queenless or damage of the queen. We recommend to check the presence and quality of the queen. Intensive mobilization excitement, honey harvest may increase during swarming season. Preparation for swarm escape at a low working activity is possible. Possible swarming impulse. Check the colony of presence of queen cells. Let me tell you something. Apivox is crazy accurate. Now I'm real nervous. But it's so cool, man. It's so cool. See, I hadn't opened a box yet. So we could see some early swarms, possible, or they're working on it. It'd be another 2 or 3 weeks, but they're working on it. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to take a picture here and roll up my dialogue, double over, so you get 2 pictures. This big dialogue, so I can take 2 pictures, and I get double dialogue so I can read my dialogue. Okay, so based upon what I've just did, I did 1, 2, 3, 4, and came back into the 5th test. I've got a queen issue in this colony. Don't know why. Don't know why. Apivox has given me several different things to check and think about. It does not tell me what to do. It just reads the sounds and does comparative analysis along a hertz scale of 50 to 550 hertz, and then does comparative analysis in the algorithms and tells me you might have this going on or you could have that going on. and it's rather accurate. We found the past 2 years, it's crazy accurate. Okay, so man, this is a first film for Apivox. We also have some laminated cards that really help you understand Eddie Wood's timeline in the field. Also, we have a quick reference card, all the diopsins, we define them. Sometimes there's double definitions. Each one of those is $10, but the Apivox is only 40 bucks. It's a custom written app. You can't find it on the App Store, all right? Now we have Apivox classes that we teach. You can plug into those. You can also check about Apivox field training classes. You can plug into those. Very cool. So now I got a queen problem. Dadgummit. Another picture. Can't take too many pictures. I'll file them away in different files later. Reset. This page is called continuous monitoring. Crazy freaking cool. The scientists in colleges, the professors, they don't even have this. OSU's been out here looking and scratching their head going, not sure how to get our head around this. Very cool stuff. Much more involved here. This was just a quickie. This was a quickie. Hey, talk to you later. See ya.